Swole Normus.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping,
Yay.
the bacon is sizzling.
Get some!
Welcome to the Daily Swole.
It's your boy! Testing, 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 testicles, testing, testicles, testing, 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 testicles, a testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 1262 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and a slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our motherfucking biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and hoes? Everson K2 flexing on you. What's going on, beaches? What's the good word? What's the good word, sluts? How we doing? How we doing today? What's going on? What's the good vart? So we got some cool stuff going on. I hope you enjoyed today's video about Pepcoin, about those fucktards over there at Pepsi that are trying to kill you, and you get people that are butthurt in the comments. But you talked about grass-fed beef. That gives you heart disease, and that's still blah, blah, blah. All the fucking vegans. Why can't the vegans just shut the fuck up already? Why can't you shut up? Eat your plants. Leave everyone that eats healthy food alone. Get out of here. You're like the fuck, man. We're here because of meat. Get over it. We can make better choices, though. We can do better with this earth, and I think we all agree with that. Anyway, little vegan jab. Hi, vegans. Hi. I got bone broth over there in the hydro flask on the counter, so I'm going to drink that in a little bit, and I feel fucking amazing. Yeah, I got some stuff in the comments about, well, I've been drinking diet soda instead, blah, blah, blah. Fucking diet soda, that stuff is shit. It's such crap. And the Pepcoin thing, for those that don't know, the video that I did, I'm just caffeinating it up. I don't hate you if you're a vegan. I hate you if you're annoying. The Pepcoin thing is like a new app. It's a new thing, or I don't know if it's new, whatever. I found it. Someone sent it to me. And it's this thing where you scan the barcode or you scan the QR code or something of the can, like the drink that you're drinking, and you scan a bag of chips or like Lay's or Cheetos, whatever Frito-Lay products, and you scan both of them. I think it's within 24 or 48 hours, and you get 10% cash back or something. Shocking. That's gonna, you're gonna use it to buy more of that. But in other words, they reward you for pairing up your crunchy sugar with your liquid sugar. Obviously, it's a good little hack for them to sell more product, but the product is shit. I don't know how people, like, with good conscience, work at Pepsi promoting this stuff. And I'm not talking if you're like a computer programmer, if you work, okay. I'm talking about people that design this shit, that know that they're making money, billions off killing people. I don't understand how people they let these companies get away with it. You do realize every time that you buy something, you're voting. Now, you're not going to be perfect because a lot of companies that you purchase from that you think are healthy, that might be healthy, are owned by Pepsi or Nestle or Hershey's. So even if you get, organic this and chances are one of these bigger companies owns it. So you got to pick your battles. But at the same time, if you're buying those sugary products, you're voting for these companies to keep making it. They're going to keep on making it as long as people are buying it. No one likes to think about that. You're voting. We talk about politics as if that's the most important thing. Well, what happens when you send your dollar out? You're voting with your dollars. You're voting with what you're sending out there. So every time you spend money, you're voting like, hey, I want more of this product. This product should be made more. We should make more of this product. That's what you're doing. You're voting for Pepsi. You're voting for soda. You're voting for, that's it. All right. Josh Fisk, 58 grams of sugar per 20-ounce drink. 2 of those, you can take more sugar than I do in a day. Yeah, no shit. Maybe even 1 of those. Well, it depends on what kind of, you can make the argument everything turns into sugar, but I mean, we're talking about straight sugar. You don't have to process that at all. It's already processed. You don't have to process that sugar. That's why it spikes your insulin so much. You eat a sweet potato, you get glucose from it, but you also are absorbing fiber, which slows the absorption and the rush of sugar into the bloodstream. With soda, it just gets in. It's like a fucking IV practically. Have I seen the latest South Park? No, I haven't. I'm sure it's brilliant. Oh, it's about the Impossible Burger. Ha! I'm sure they rip it a new asshole. The Impossible Burger. Let's get some more glyphosate all over my plants. Let me grind up plants and nonsense and eat that shit and pretend it's a piece of fucking meat. It's so fucking weird. Kevin, I saw an episode of Naked and Afraid where there was a vegan and a hunter. Even though she was starving to death, the vegan wouldn't eat meat. Dumbasses. It's a show. They're not going to let her die on camera. She was doing that to make a point because she knew that she wasn't going to die. If you were actually in the woods, you would either die or you'd survive. That's exactly right. It's exactly right. Yep. And this is another reason, Kashina, why trainers don't know what the fuck they're talking about. People don't know what they're talking about. People that act like they know usually don't know, or they're limited in their ability to comprehend new information. Kashina says, I had a trainer once that told me that it was okay to drink diet soda every now and again. Well, I mean, you can make the argument that anything now and again won't really hurt you, but that's really the weak way out. That's the weak excuse way. Like, I still want to have fun and still want to eat this shit. All right, well, I don't want to kill myself once in a while. I want to do better. Everyone should be doing better. Oh, Hannah, what's going on? If it's your first time watching the Swolecast, today's the Sunday Funday Q&Anus, so we're taking lots of questions, and your name is actually Cherry, Hannah Cherry. That's ironic because your YouTube handle's Hannah Banana. Why would you not do Hannah Cherry? Hannah Cherry. If it's your first time, you got to drop the cherry emojis because I'm popping cherries. I'm popping swole cherries. Pop. Ooh, look at that. We are happy to serve you. Any New Yorkers here? Okay. Farayons 12. Does eating too little calories cause a stall in weight loss? Yeah, maybe. Been eating 1,200 calories and been plateauing. I was planning to increase it back up to 15 when I was losing. Well, you just need to exercise more. I wouldn't go too low in calories. I would just exercise more and make better choices. Do an elimination diet. Start eating, if you're eating animal products, make sure they're 100% organic and grass-fed. You might want to look into stuff for your gut health. Bone broth is excellent. You might want to look into blood work, see if your hormones are okay, your thyroid's working properly. You could always take these organic grass-fed supplements that can help support those types of things. You can get different, pills or supplements for that will have, like, let's say beef liver or beef heart or thymus and all these different things that can potentially give you nutrients that you might be missing. So, I mean, just because you're in a caloric deficit, I mean, yes, you can lose weight, but I've said this before, it's calories in, calories out, but it's also the quality of the food. And if you're overweight and you're trying to lose and you've been eating a lot of bad things, a lot of toxins build up in the body. A lot of things build up in the body because of eating poorly or not exercising, all the overtime. So just going lower in calories isn't a magic trick. It's not always going to shred a ton of weight. Like your body, if you're eating less, your body is also burning less. So if you're not getting enough calories and enough energy, guess what your body does? It uses less energy. Your body knows, like, hey, we're not eating enough, so let's cut down on how much energy we're using. So you're going to feel more fatigued. You might feel more tired, but that's because your body is putting out or utilizing less energy because it wants you to slow down. Your body wants you to use less. Your body wants you to move less. Your body wants you to sit down because you're not consuming a lot of energy. You're not consuming a lot of calories. So it's trying to slow you down so you don't use as much. And that's what happens. Sugary drinks like Gatorade and lemonades are just as guilty. Gatorade's trash. It's trash. Milk is the same way. Milk is pasteurized and processed, and it's just milk sugar. You're just sucking down lactose. I tried that Beyond Meat once. It was kind of gross. Yeah, it's fucking, you're eating mashed beans and peas and shit. It's fucking gross. I agree with this 100%. Sorry, vegans. I support your dietary choices, but it's only a metropolitan diet choice. If you're a vegan, we can talk about this for a second. If you're a vegan for moral reasons and you morally, and when I talk about moral reasons, we're talking moral. Most people don't understand what moral means. Like, we're talking about your fundamental beliefs in right and wrong. And if you believe fundamentally your existence that you should not be consuming animals or animal products, then obviously being a vegan is the right choice for you. But you have to be very careful and do it properly. Most people do it fucking poorly. Most people do everything poorly. So it's not just, hey, I'm not eating meat, I'm going to eat plants. You might get protein, you might get complete proteins, but you're not going to get proper amino acid ratios. You can have a lot of fucking problems 6 months or a year down the road. A lot of fucking problems. And it's not like you just drop dead, but you can have a lot of deficiencies and imbalances because you're not getting in the proper ratios of amino acids. So, there's a lot of science behind it, and you have to really do your work. But it's a first world problem. Anyone that's not it's a first world issue. We have so much food in abundance that we can be a vegan. If we didn't have all this, no one would be fucking talking about veganism. You would die. You would just be committing suicide if you were a vegan. It's a first world issue. You don't see any of these other tribes. The poorer the tribe, the less they have. If they're like just barely, they're wearing a loincloth and they have a spear. Why do they have a spear? Why do they have a spear? To throw it at a broccoli stalk? No, they have it to kill a fucking animal. the poorest tribes or the most native tribes, they're fucking like carnivores. They're eating tons of like animal products and tons of fat and organ meats, but they're eating nose to tail. They're eating all the organs and they're eating all the things that actually give you the best nutrients. And those animals are wild and they're grazing and they're in the woods and they're healthy. It's just fucking, it's just propaganda and it's fine. Let it go. It's a fad. It's a fad. And that's not to say that it doesn't work for some people. Obviously, it works for some people. Carnivore obviously works for some people. Omnivore works for the most people. And then you have to tighten up. So just start by being an omnivore that's healthy. And then if you want to keep on going down that path, that's fine. But people just jump like, hey, I need to lose weight. Should I go vegan? No, fuck no. Fucking God, hell no. Hell fucking no. Hell no. You know, that's not the way to go vegan. That's not the reason. You know what I mean? All right. Casey or Case, I don't try to convert my vegan friends, but damn, they push their lifestyle on everyone else 24/7. Annoying as fuck. Yeah, just let them do it. Let them do it. Okay. The vegan's like, well, you should be doing that for the environment. You should be doing that. Oh, shut up. Stop driving your car if you want to help the environment more. Let them do it. Let them do it. Again, it's like, hey, more meat. It's fine. It's good. It's a very small percentage. The percentage of people, right, like in body positivity, fat acceptance, vegan, these are small percentages of the population. Extremely small, but they're loud. That's why you hear so much about them. It's not as popular as you think. How do I feel about precision and nutrition? I'm in the middle of their program. I don't know what their program is, but cool. I mean, it's a reputable brand. It's a reputable company. I don't know what their program is, though. Ryan Skinner, popping cherries in South Africa. What up, Ryan? Are you a vegan, Ryan? Are you a vegan? You could still be a vegan and eat cherries. It's cool. All right. Chained Angel, revamping my workout today, finally adding yoga into my scheduled lineup. Had done it sporadically, but need to do it more regularly. Get your yoga on, fam. Agreed. I got a burp. Oh, God. That was good, right? You liked it? The beautiful, crazy, adventuristic Nathan Oakley. I just want to say I started week 2 of the 90-day dash. That's in Swole X. However, I did 3 weeks of the primer before I started. I'm also been digging into the kitchen. Hate cooking, but the food is delicious. Awesome. Awesome, bro. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Remember, today is the Sunday Funday Q&Anus. I'll read comments all day, but questions. If you got questions, drop them down. I'm scrolling. But this is your episode, fam. The Sunday Funday Q. Well, still, all right. It's still mine. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. If I want to answer your question, I'm not fucking answering it. But I'll answer as many questions as I can. So drop your questions, comments, whatever, and I'll just read random shit. With the card giveaway you started, if I was lucky enough to win, would you be mailing it to any country or just the States? I think because I've thought about this. I think because it's so small that international won't be a problem. I'll just have to look into it. I mean, what's it going to be? A couple bucks to send like an index card? Right? Like if I'm sending like this, like how much would it be to send this in a little envelope? So I'm sure I'm going to try. My intent is to do that. I have to figure out, you know, because I want to I'm doing this on a large scale. So I'm doing this a lot. I have a bunch of people I'm saying to this on YouTube, wherever I make videos. Whenever I say that I'm doing the card giveaways, I'm going to send them to people. So I'll do it unless like I can't see it being $10 to send a fucking note card somewhere. So I'll do my best. If it becomes inhibitory, it'll just be to the continental, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't mind spending a couple bucks to send it international. It can't be much. It's just it'll be a small envelope and it'll be just that card. So the answer will be, as of this point, yes, any country. I definitely want it to be. I want it to be every country. I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen. I've read that coffee and tea absorb a lot of pesticides in the body. That's cool. Ryan's not a vegan. All right, Ryan, you can stay. You can stay. You're cool. You're cool. You're cool. You're cool. You suck. You're cool. You're cool. Nah, if you're a vegan, you can stay. Hey, Papa fam, anyone get their mind blown yet watching The Joker? No, haven't seen it. Hockey Town. I was looking at some of the recipes in the kitchen in Swole X, I'm assuming, and I see some use coconut flour and coconut sugar. What is the difference between that, like almond flour and that coconut? I would, those are usually options. So remember, in the kitchen inside Swole X, every single recipe, pay attention to everyone that's a member, every single recipe is dependent on the fact that you've gone through an elimination diet. So it's better than, for example, let's say we're doing palm sugar or we're doing just corn sugar. So almond flour, coconut flour, you want to use those sparingly and you want to use those appropriately when needed. But if you have issues with that, you can substitute all those things. Usually it's listed if there's a substitution. And if you don't want to add it, you want to swap something out, you can. I can't stop you from eating or making those choices. But a lot of the recipes are submitted by members too that we scan through and we approve and we adjust as needed. So everyone has sensitivities or issues with certain things. So if you do an elimination diet, then you can look at the recipe and be like, oh, this is great. This is a great paleo or a great keto, but I can't eat X, Y, and Z. So then you just remove those and swap them out as needed. How do I overlay people's questions on your live feed? With my app. Technology. Corey, love grass-fed meat? I do. Is that a question you're asking me? I fucking love it. I love it. Does having it finished make a huge difference? Absolutely. You never want your grass-fed meat. If they're feeding it grain towards the end, it obliterates the omega-3 fatty acid profile. Yeah, it's definitely not good. You don't want your animals to eat grain or as little as possible. So grass-fed, grass-finished. So make sure if your food just says grass-fed, there's a reason why it only says grass-fed, because they're not marketing it as well as they should. And the reason why it's because if it says 100% grass-fed, you want to make sure it says 100% grass-fed. And every brand that is grass-finished will say grass-finished because they know that people are looking for that. And if it is grass-finished, that's a huge marketing, that's a huge extra for a reason to purchase their product. So if it just says grass-fed, that means that's not grass-finished. Otherwise, they would write that. And usually when you say, oh, cool, this grass-fed beef is $4.99 a pound or $5 a pound, you want to read the back because a lot of times it's just grass-fed and that's why it's less expensive. And then you think you're getting a great deal, but you're also getting a lesser quality product. So it does need to be grass-finished. I work for the post office and it's $1. Hey, Mario, we got to talk because I need to buy a ton of stamps or print them out or do something. Maybe you can hook it up or tell me where the best place to go is. I looked at things like stamps.com, but I didn't really make a move yet because I want to get some envelopes. I'm thinking about getting some custom envelopes too. So send me a message or send us an email. I think you've talked to Katie and stuff before too. If you have any insights onto the best way for me to do mass mailing, maybe every day I might be mailing one of these things out. So $1, I can do $1. I can do it. I'll do it. International. We're going international, fam. If you don't know what I'm talking about, these cards, I have a stack of ones here that I've been using for my latest Instagram and YouTube videos. So in my videos, a lot, and of course on the wall are all index cards. And it's all stuff like this, right? It's all stuff like that. And on the back, every single card has the trademark Papa Swolio's signature. So I will send this to you and you have to follow the instructions, whether it's a YouTube video or an Instagram video, you need to follow the instructions. So on Instagram, whenever I'm using a card, read the captions on Instagram. And those captions will tell you how to win. There's 3 ways to win. You drop a comment with the hashtag uncensored. You tag someone with the hashtag uncensored. And you also, the best way to do it is number 3, or today I wrote that in the number 3 in the caption, is to share it in your Instagram story and tag me in your Instagram story. And you could do all 3. You'll just enter 3 times. So in other words, you get my attention, maybe I'll choose you, and then you'll get it. So if you're tagging me in your story and you're commenting below, it'll stand out. And we're doing many of these. So yeah, that's the best way just to do. I'm just giving you more ways to win. And then I'll send you the card and it'll be awesome. And then you can tag me once you get it. And it'll be it'll be fucking awesome. It'll be cool. And you can put that on your wall and you can start your own wall. Start your own Swole card wall. So it'll be awesome. Niece is doing the fundraiser with Little Caesars Pizza, Boy Scouts, it's popcorn, Girl Scouts cookies, trend towards peddling garbage. It's always been like that. Girl Scouts cookies would be 60 years old, 70 years old. Yeah, of course they're peddling garbage. If they're going around selling grass-fed beef, no one's gonna be I don't want that. People want cookies. Why? It's heroin. It's crystal meth. It's addictive. That's why people want it. I was in Unlimited and couldn't find how to do a single leg squat. Go to the instructional video library. It's in the instructional video library. Check under legs or glutes. And yes, it's very different than the Bulgarian split squat. So go check the instructional video library. It's there. Let's see. Adam, what form of cardio would you recommend due to injury of my wrist? Weight training isn't much of an option. Go walk. Go walking. Your wrist hurts. Like, you can do all the cardio. Go for a walk. Don't do biking because it's going to pressure on your wrist. Go for a walk. Like, just walk. Walk on an incline at the gym or go on the step mill on the rotating stairs. What form of cardio? Just move. Go do something. Or do yoga with your legs and don't do downward dog. Just do like deep squats and hold it and stuff. Foam roll if you can. Christina, just wondering if boiled and poached eggs are fine to eat or is also utter garbage. Boiled eggs or poached eggs? Well, I know for me and for a lot of people, like, it depends on how you cook the eggs. You know, I used to eat raw eggs, but they're always pastured, organic eggs. I don't really do it anymore. I might try it again, but I never had any issues with eating them raw, but that's not your question. I would just make sure that they're pastured eggs, organic pastured eggs. Grass finish is hard to find. It is not. Just go on Google. You can order. Go on Google. It's everywhere. You got access to it. You got the phone. You got the power. It's not hard to find. You just haven't looked in the right place. Let's see. Better get on it before it gets banned, bro. I swear they're already trying to remove it from theaters. Shit is real as fuck. What, the Joker movie? Oh, if they remove it, they're still going to release it. They're not going to shove it under the rug. I'll be fine. I'm probably not going to see it for a while, but I heard it's good. How do I feel about kombucha? Fermented foods are good. I've had good experiences with them, and they get good feedback from professionals and from medical professionals and stuff. I've never made it myself. I only purchased it like pre-made. Thanks, Mario. Appreciate it. Do you feed Papa whole foods? Yeah, I feed her. She eats grass-fed beef and organ meats and sweet potatoes mashed up and any other scraps and stuff I want to give her, but it's all real food. She doesn't eat anything. She has her little like unbleached or natural dog bone that she chews once in a while, but she eats all real food. All real food. And look how healthy she is. Look how active she is. Look how much energy she has from eating real food. Look how much energy. Look how hyper she is. She's running around like a puppy. Look at her. Look at her. She has so much energy. She's so active. I just can't slow her down. Hey, Bubby. You know what the best part is? Look at her legs. Look at her legs all tucked in. Look at that. Look at that flexibility. Hey, baby girl. You okay? No fucks. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Talking to you. Everyone's looking at you. Ooh, you gotta go pee-pee. Yeah, you gotta go pee-pee. I'll take you before we go to the gym, okay? She's just a fucking literal just spread eagle in the pot. You know, everyone's watching you. Everyone's seeing you look like this. Look at that. Everyone's looking at your puss. Ew. No one wants us to see that. You can put it away. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. Thank you. Be a lady. Ladies don't sit with their legs wide open. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Shameful. What a slut. Let's see here. Yeah, cats should be eating. Cats are carnivores. Don't give them vegan. Remember that Joe Rogan? A vegan cat? Don't give your cat. Yeah, feed them meat. Feed them meat. Let's see. Yeah, I know she wants more tummy rubs. Oh, but she's the cutest. Look at that underbite. Look at her tooth. Look at her tooth. Oh. Knocked out. All right, so keep going. Questions. I'm looking for more questions. Questions. Yeah, raw liver. All that stuff is excellent. Excellent. Let's see here. I tagged uncensored a few times. Please post to Australia. Okay. All right. I'll add that to the list. Why not put your message on the back of a postcard? No, because this is how I do it. Nope. Do I have loved ones who are morbidly obese and won't change? No. How do we help them? You can't help everyone. You've seen those shows like My 600 Pound Life. You can't help people that don't want to help themselves. You can't. You're just going to stress yourself and they're going to fucking wither away and die. It's unfortunate. If they're morbidly obese and they have multiple health-related illnesses, to be honest, it's like almost it's the back nine hardcore. Like, how much are they going to change now? If they haven't done it so far, what's going to trigger a change now? I don't know how you help them. I don't know if it's possible. Some people, look, it's never impossible, but it depends. You know, if you let it go too far, all of a sudden you have so many health complications, then you can't walk. So it makes it even harder to exercise. You have all these medications you're taking and you can't just go off them, because if you go off them, you'll have like a rebound swing. Because once you get on a lot of these medications, going off them can be just as bad as what you had before you went on them because of the imbalance that they create. So then you're stuck on them for life. It's part of the issue with medications is that you start taking them and you just can't get off them because they fuck you up even more. And most of these medications have tremendous side effects when you stop taking them. And even while you're taking them, it gives you other problems. Oh, you don't have heart issues anymore, but now you got liver issues. Now you have this. Like, oh, great. Exchange one problem for another. Then you're on a medication for your liver, which gives you psychological issues or gives you weight gain. It's a bad road to go down. Vegan cats are dying cats. Shit. I'm not trying to make light of it, Yolanda. It's not funny. Your issue. Let's see. It's hard. It's hard to help people that don't want help or don't want to change. It just stresses you out. So I don't know. Everyone else that's watching or listening right now, drop in the comments below if you have any other suggestions rather than me just saying, I don't know. Because it's very different. It's very individualized. It's not that you can't do anything, but everyone responds differently. It depends on what that person's situation and what their trigger would be to make that change. Mariah, ghee versus butter. Ghee is clarified butter, so I believe it has like completely zero casein and lactose. A lot of people that have issues with dairy are fine with grass-fed butter, but then some people still have issues with grass-fed butter, and they'll be fine with ghee. Most people don't have issues with ghee, even if they have major issues with dairy. Usually ghee is still okay. Cheers. Unfortunately, I have to tap out here. I have some stuff to do. Make sure you sign up for Unlimited or at least Uncensored. If you haven't already, why not? I agree. Go to swolenormousx.com and sign up now. A reminder, week 3, for those of you that just reminded me again, I think I talked about it earlier. Today, week 3 is about to launch for Swole season. It's going to launch today, so you'll have it if you're doing it tomorrow. And tomorrow at 12 noon during the accountability meeting, I will talk about it. I'll talk about the new workouts and the new schedule, or not the new, but the new workouts and how that is going to play out, and some new releases, new yoga class and new recipes are coming as well for Unlimited members. But for those of you that are in Uncensored, you still get access to the accountability meeting, so you can join and we'll talk about it. And you can learn more about that too if you're thinking about doing Unlimited. So it'll be good for you. Abs, how do you train them best? Planks, free weight exercises. You don't have to do as many mindless crunches as you think. That just really overactivates your muscles. I mean, I would do more glute activation, work on your posture, practice yoga, eat better. That's going to flatten out everything, get rid of fat on top. You can do planks, you could do leg raises and things like that, but don't overdo it. Most what people do in terms of their form for abs works their hip flexors and the rectus abdominis, which you might think of, oh, this is my six pack, but that's not the most important abdominal core muscle. And it's usually causing more issues than benefits. It's usually tightening up and causing more pressure and compensation than working your intrinsic core stabilizers, like from planks and vacuums and, more isometrics. Should I do heavy squats and deadlifts if I don't want to have bulky legs? How are you going to get bulky legs? Iva, are you a woman? Is Iva, because I know, hey, if you watch Vikings, I know it's Ivar. He's not a woman. But are you a lady? You're not going to get huge fucking legs just by doing squats and deadlifts. You're going to have to eat a lot of calories and train hard and lift like a fucking beast to get big legs. It's not easy to get big legs. And if you lift and you're like, my legs get big quick. No, they don't. You just have fat on top of it. And they're getting swollen and inflamed. And you just think you have fat legs or bigger legs or too much muscle. It's just you have fat there. So it depends. There you go. All right. So this is an older question. Hockey Town. Unless you're on drugs, you're not going to get bulky. Lift heavy and enjoy it. Agreed. Agreed. Questions. Irene, but I have an aunt that got diabetes and a huge slew of things, and once on a phone call with me was talking about really wanting to go get donuts, and I told her not to. Jesus Christ. You see what I'm saying? People that have diabetes and major fucking problems, I want to get donuts. It's addictive. You tell me it's not. Tell me food's not addictive. Tell me that how food's not addictive. People do not take this shit seriously. People do not take this shit seriously enough. It's a big fucking deal. Everyone's like, yo, but once in a while. Yeah, once in a while it's good to do heroin. Once in a while it's good to do meth. Just once in a while, just a little bit. Just a little meth. Just a little bit. Fucking idiots. You're walking a plank. You're walking a plank. Walking a plank. Do you have any recommendations for training while trying to heal carpal tunnel without surgery? You should be doing exercises for your extensors and carpal tunnel oriented exercises. You might be able to get a brace or something that supports it, but you got to be careful. Everyone's going to be a little bit different with that. I found a farm for grass-fed and grass-finished beef in Utah. I get 38 to 42 pounds of beef for $2.75. What's the math on that? $5 a pound? About six? Is that $6 a pound? $7? So it's like $7 a pound. That's a good price. I mean, I don't know what kind of beef. It depends on the cut. You know, you're going to get a ribeye steak, you pay 20 or 30 bucks. But then if you get ground beef, you might pay $7. So it depends on what kind of beef, what cut of beef. Oh, I'm not saying that name. It's going to turn on. I'm not going to say it. Hold on, let me mute it. All right. Alexa asks, if I say that, everyone's Alexa. Oh, sorry. Alexa, what's the definition of the word swole? Sorry, everyone, I had to. Who's Alexa turned on? That's a dick move. But I'm a dick. I'm too swole. Now what? I've been lifting consistently for years and I love training, but yes, I think I might actually have become too muscular. Okay, so eat less calories and stop lifting so heavy. If you actually, I think, but here again, I'll bring that up again. I've been lifting consistently for years. Cool. I think I might actually have become, what does that mean? Are you measuring it? Are you looking in the mirror? Like, are you just guessing? So right there, I'm like questioning your question. Not sure. Alexa, answer your question. I love it. All beef is grass finished in Austria, as it should be. The United States is the only place where you have to clarify, oh, it's grass-fed. It's grass-fed. Yeah, because we have organic versus conventional because we like to poison our people and then give them the option to pay more to be healthier. Other countries, like, we have food. United States, well, we have junk food. We have healthy food. We have conventional food. We have organic food. Why? Because we have marketing. And we have a lot of politicians that are getting finger fucked under the table by big food. And they're getting paid a lot of money to not have laws in place so they can poison us. And why do they want to poison us? Because then if they poison us with cheap food, they can make billions of dollars of profit. And if they're killing us with cheap food, they can keep their control over us. And then the pharmaceutical companies can sell us medication for the issues that come from eating these foods. It's the most obvious fucking scam and vicious cycle. That's not a conspiracy. It's a fact. And everyone just pretends that it doesn't exist. Everyone pretends that it's not this fucking scam cycle. Everyone talks about it. We admit it. We worry about the vegan bullshit. Oh, but you should go vegan and plant-based. That's not the fucking problem. That's not the biggest problem that we're facing. It's not whether or not someone eats fucking meat. It's the quality of the food, and it's all the other choices along with it. It's all the other shit. If we're not producing as much junk food, think of how much less factory waste that is. Think of how much less wasted food and resources it would be if we're not pumping out all this garbage fucking food. Think about that. Everyone's concerned whether or not someone eats a fucking cheeseburger. We should be focusing on the quality of that meat. We should be focusing on what we're producing in this country and what the real purpose is. Everyone's focused on the wrong fucking issue, the wrong fucking problem. Renee, getting ready to make a ribeye for dinner. Could literally eat a ribeye every day if I could afford it. Yo, I've been eating a ribeye pretty much every day. Had one last night. We're thawing them now. I never get tired of ribeye steaks. Never get tired. Other kinds of steak, like skirt steak or ground beef, I kind of, after a while, I'm like, ribeye. It's like, I'm hungry. And when I eat a ribeye steak, I feel like I could be a carnivore, but I love fruit. And I tend to, when I eat ribeyes, I tend to eat less carbohydrates in general. I tend to eat less and crave less sweet potatoes. I always talk about sweet potatoes, eat sweet potatoes. When I eat a ribeye, I just literally feel fucking just great. Like I feel full. Honestly, anyone here that eats a ribeye steak, like a grass-fed, 100% grass-fed, a real high-quality ribeye steak, you're just not hungry. I don't have cravings. I don't. I just eat them. I'm full. I'm like, okay, next. I'm full. Love it. Let's see. Get rid of all the junk and fast food and liquid calories. Boom. So much of the issue is gone. Agreed. Brennan, if you go plant-based and don't eat organic, aren't you going to eat a lot of pesticides? Yeah. Yes, you are, which is another reason why a lot of these plant-based things, it's like, well, you're getting a lot of glyphosate. You're getting a lot of like overflow and overspill and spray and process, and you're killing a lot of animals too. So even if you're a vegan, you're eating the Impossible Burger and all these things, killing millions of fucking animals with the farming. So you're not saving fucking animals and shit. You're destroying environments and habitats. It takes tons of fucking land to grow this shit. It kills tons of animals. But everyone just ignores that fact too. I'm not arguing against it. Again, look, if you are, that's fine. But I think we have too much of an issue with trying to convert people. It's like a religion. Don't convert people. If you want to be vegetarian or vegan, that's cool. I just want people to do it for their health. I want people to approach these things. Okay, this works best for my body. And genetically and just environmentally and lifestyle wise, everyone works differently. Some people need more animal products. Some people maybe could get away with it because of their genetics. Like, we're learning a lot more about that stuff. It's legit. Your DNA and your genetics, it's legit. And there's individualized approaches that are necessary, which is why in Swolenormous X, we approach it from an individualized standpoint. We have vegans inside Swolenormous X. I don't hate vegans. I don't care if you are. I just don't like the preaching aspect of it. I don't like that. I don't like religion for that same fucking reason. It's just preaching and converting. Fuck you. Just do it and shut up. That's why Jews are the best. They fucking do their thing. And then if you want to convert to Judaism, they're like, get the fuck out of here. We don't want you. And they kick you out and they turn you down until you're relentless and you really want to join. They're like, okay, fine. You have to go through this for fucking a decade or years and do all this shit, It's like they keep to themselves. It's like, cool. You want to believe believe it. Follow it. Just fucking do you. If you're part of any organization, it's like, good, do it. But just shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Not a question. Not the question. Let's see. Not a question, but after working out for about a year and a half, past 4 months, I've had a gym and I'm trying to get into bulking a bit. 18-year female, always been stronger. Any newbie tips? What? Yeah, keep lifting. I just keep going. Basics work. Consistency. Yeah, progressive overload, all that stuff. Get on a good program and learn proper weight training techniques. Keep going. You're just brand new. Keep going. How do you get so hyped? You fucking turn it on, baby. Turn it on. Nothing to it but to do it. Jennifer, true, after a strip steak, I have no cravings for the rest of the day. I don't have any cravings after a ribeye steak. No fucking cravings. Just think how many calories you would burn if you were a vegan CrossFitter. Haha, yeah, right? You would burn probably not that many because you'd get injured. You'd break your fucking arm or something. It's really hard when you're not getting in collagen, when you're not getting in all these beneficial aspects of animal products. Wasn't that, I didn't see the movie, but wasn't that a big problem? How many of you watched the Game Changers movie? and I'm putting it out there. I did not see it. I'm telling you right now. I saw some reviews and some feedback, and I saw some of like the data in terms of like who they were reviewing. There's a lot of loopholes. A lot of people dropped out of that movie. A lot of people retired or got injured soon after that. And that was such a huge propaganda push. Cooked bacon this morning. I tasted way too much like ham. Undercooked, you think? You don't want to hear your bacon sizzling. Your bacon should be soft. Most things are not as undercooked as you think. We're just used to, people usually burn their shit. You don't want to singe it. You want your food rare. You don't want to overcook, especially quality foods. You get just too many carcinogens. You don't want to burn the oil. You don't want to burn the tallow. You don't want to burn that shit. You don't want to burn it. So bacon should be soft, cooked extremely low, and it melts in your mouth if you get quality bacon. It's fucking amazing. Let's see. Awesome. Thanks. I didn't have the internet after I moved, so I go to the library and downloaded 10 hours of your podcast at a time and binge them. Oh, sweet. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Respect. Have I ever been to Peter Luger's in New York City? No, I haven't. I love my own steak. I'm sure they have good stuff there. Do they have organic grass-fed beef? That's the kind of place where they don't have prices on the menu, right? It's like, oh, I'll have this. And it's like, surprise, Bill. Let's see. Hannah Banana or Hannah Cherry. I watched it. This is about the Game Changers movie. So keep on commenting. I'm just seeing the comments pop up from the Game Changers. If you watched it, some people said you downloaded it. Zachary, you downloaded it yet to watch. Hannah just watched it. From what I read, only one dude dropped out and he was crazy anyway, drank his own pee. No, I think more than that. A bunch of people. It was like filmed in like what, 2016? It took like a couple extra years because people kept on dropping out of the movie and stuff like that. But my question is, how come there aren't any like vegan athletes that are performing at a high level? Like all the best athletes and all, like where's the top of the top and that person's a vegan? Like the top of the top. It's one thing to find a football player, and I didn't see the movie, but here's just literal straight up observation. It's one thing to find, because you see how actors are doing this. Well, I don't give a fuck what an actor does. Actors, a lot of what they do is not super physical. It's like, it might be draining, but it's not like a lot of actors are just doing movies. They're not doing action movies. They're not fucking training super hard for a movie. They're just coasting and pretending to be someone else for a short period of time. I'm not saying it's easy or it's not tiring, but you know what I mean? They're not doing physically grueling stuff all the time. When it comes to athletes, what athlete is like the number one? The number one fucking athlete that's a vegan? It's one thing to find, if you have 1,000 or 2,000 NFL athletes and you have a couple that are vegan, okay. It's not about whether it's possible to be a vegan and be an athlete. It's not about whether it's possible to be a vegan and be a bodybuilder. If one person can do it, well, how come everyone's not doing it? Right? How come everyone's not doing it? If it was really the best, then everyone would fucking do it. And the top of the top of the top would be vegan, but they're not. Why? Can we use some common sense here, everyone? Can we use some common sense? Can we really just look at it objectively? Humans, because we're banning steroids, we can't use this, everyone's looking for the absolute edge, the absolute edge. Do you think if it was really the best thing to do for performance, for athletes, for all this stuff, if it was really a game changer, don't you think everyone would fucking do it immediately if it made people better? How come they're not? I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. What do you think? Maybe it's not that complicated. Maybe it's not that complicated. Maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't need maybe you don't need to fucking research it over and over again and have these debates. Maybe you just got to use a little common sense. We're eating shitty food. Every fucking study is either just a generalized, you're self-reported. Everything's based on like deli meats and garbage meat quality products. You can't account for all the different genetic factors and lifestyle factors and smoking and drinking and lack of exercise. Like, there's so many fucking things. It's really hard to do nutritional studies. That's why we don't have specific, exact answers. Just saying, where's the number one person? Where's the number one athlete in soccer? Where's the number one football player, the number one basketball player, the number one baseball player, the number one track athlete, the number one that's a vegan? Like the number one, where? I'm not saying you can't be a runner and be a vegan, but where are the top performing ones? Where are the top performing football players? Where are the top performing soccer. We're the top performing lacrosse. We're the top performing wrestling. We're the top performing martial arts. We're the top. Why aren't they vegan? Why aren't they vegan if it's so much better? Again, just putting that out there. It doesn't seem like it takes that much analysis to really figure that shit out. Just curious, your age, and does age play a part in getting back in shape? Sure. I mean, you're aging, but aging can be reversed in many ways and slowed down with diet and exercise. And with all the new research and current stuff, like we can slow down aging more and more. So absolutely. My age, I'm 36. I'm 36 years old. 36 years young. Sorry, I said it wrong. Gary Cooper, great actor. A little high noon action, anyone? Let's see. Chained Angel, didn't Arnold Schwarzenegger go mostly vegan? Yeah, well, he's and James Cameron, they're freaking buddies. James Cameron taught, like, literally, they're close. Terminator 1, Terminator 2, True Lies, the new Terminator, like, those were directed, James Cameron and Arnold are tight. So Arnold looks like fucking shit, too. He looks like shit. Bad choice to go vegan, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. I mean, he's not going to, like, get younger, of course, but just saying. All I seem to see on YouTube, this is from Paul Tootal. Paul Tootal, 1971. Too tall, Paul? How tall are you? Now I'm curious. I don't care about the question. How tall is Paul? Everyone guess. How tall is Paul? And then Paul, wait a couple seconds and then drop your height. Paul's too tall. Is that sarcastic or is he really too tall? What if he's like 7'9"? You're the fucking biggest person that's ever been on the podcast. All I seem to see on YouTube is many people leaving veganism and other vegans turning on them and a religious type war. It's the same thing with fat positive and fat acceptance. If you're not super extreme, then you can't be a part of that group. Remember we talked about Madeline Georgetta, and when you were talking, about weight loss or transformations, you weren't as extreme or as woke as her or the requirements of her Facebook group and stuff, and you were kicked out. The same thing happens with religious zealots. The same thing happens with nutrition, with vegan, because vegan is more of a religion than it is nutrition because of the moral aspect of it. Okay. Here's the difference between vegan and carnivore. And I'm not throwing my hat in either camp. Of course, if I had a choice, I would go carnivore personally over veganism. But vegan is like a religious thing. It really is. It's moral based. Carnivore isn't. Carnivore is like, I want to be healthier. I want to go back to nature. I want to go, that's the mindset there. When it comes to, avoid plants that are trying to kill us and X, Y, and Z, because not every plant you should be eating. It's ridiculous to think that. But to be a vegan, you have that moral base, which is more religious than anything else. With any other diet, there's no religion in fucking keto. Just because people love keto, just because people love carnivore or love paleo, it's not a religion. It's, I'm trying to go for health. Vegan is not about the health. It's about the moral. So you get these like conflicting, there's different subsects of veganism. There are the vegans that eat vegan and shut the fuck up. There are the vegans that can't shut up about it. There are the vegans that picket outside places and rage and fucking scream at you. And usually these are people that are part of many other support and social groups and the intersectionality, and they cross over to LGBTQ, XYZ and those types of things. And it's just a lot of social movements and, maybe or maybe not, but you get a lot of that. That's why I'm saying it gets murky when you go that extreme. And a lot of these people just want a voice, and the smallest niche group are the ones that are the loudest and get the most attention. And a lot of those vegans, those extreme ones, give everyone else a bad name. Like give all the other vegans that are just, if you're pursuing it for health, that's one thing. But like I said, there's also that other division of the moral and the religious aspect of it. And then it's like, you have like, and that's why you have inner battling with vegans. You have that with a lot of groups too, but are there any vegans in the World's Strongest Man and Arnold Classic strength competitions? None that do good, none that do well. All the top performers eat meat, but those guys aren't really super healthy either. They're eating a lot of junk and they're eating a lot of low quality meats probably too. Most people don't want to change and try new things. Plus, most vegans are vegan and crash diets, so they end up malnourished. If you know your stuff and can go vegan, you can do it right, but not everyone can. And even if you do it right, it's not right for everyone. Not everyone can stick to it. Not everyone reacts as well. So like I mentioned, some people obviously can do it. Doesn't mean that everyone should do it. Same thing with carnivore. Some people can do it. Doesn't mean everyone should do it. Why can't we just leave it like that? It's not one versus the other. If you want to do vegan and you're rocking it and you feel great, fucking rock on, do it. Fucking do it. Good for you. If you want to do carnivore and you feel great and everything checks out and you're doing what, fucking rock on, do it. Good for you. Keto, paleo, fucking do it. Just shut the fuck up about it. No one cares. No one cares what you eat. That's why I tell people, I'm like, stop drinking so much fucking milk and processed sugar and stuff. And everyone's like, oh my God, but I love my milk. I love my ice cream. I love my cheese. It's like, all right, then drink it. I don't care. I'm not going to fucking follow you around. It doesn't affect me if you want to drink milk. I'm just telling you that you should try doing other things if you want. Don't complain about not getting results and then say, I'm never going to get rid of this. Like, okay, dumbass. Don't get results then. I'm an obese Aboriginal male with a shitty back. I have no ass to hold up my pants. Any recommendations to help me build my glutes without blowing my back all the way out? Why the fuck would you blow your back all the way out by doing glutes? Practice yoga, do glute activation, hip bridges, single leg balance exercises, all fucking day. Do glute activation exercises and you'll feel a lot better. Yoga and glute activation exercises. If you really want to start with all that shit, no joke, and everyone else can comment, those of you that are Swolenormous X members, Russo, check out swolenormousx.com. Check out my site. Got tons of stuff. Got the shit that you need in Swolenormous X. And I have a lot of podcasts too. So any questions, send us a message. What ab workouts can I do to fix the diastasis recti? I guess planks, normal exercises. Anyone else that has personal experience can drop in the comments below. I don't know if anything does actually fix it, but we've that question comes up now and again. But I'm not a prenatal or postnatal expert. I don't really focus on that kind of action. I always default to doctors and go see a specialist and things like that. It's just safer for everyone. But is it bad to train your abs every day with specific exercises? No, abs are high volume, or they're always working anyway. But do you need to train them every day? And what are you actually doing? Like doing vacuums and planks and things can benefit, but doing a ton of crunches, that's not going to help flatten your stomach. Brennan, just saw the fat acceptance people go after a woman who lost weight on Facebook. Those people are fucking vicious. Again, another example of this whole bullshit compassion. Compassion is just a ruse to fucking get violent and to bring people down to your level. That's all it is. It's people at the bottom trying to claw their way to the top by eliminating and creating an enemy. It's just a whole cult following. They're creating an enemy that doesn't exist. You want to hate culture? Oh, diet culture? You mean just culture? You mean just human nature and marketing? Why don't you go after the marketing for car commercials? I mean, it's the same type of shit. They want you to buy something. If you're the dumb fuck that buys a fat burner, then you're the dumb fuck. It's not the marketer. You got duped. You're not intelligent. You're not educated. You should learn. You should have done a little research. Do fat burners work? No. Okay, I won't buy it. Transformation. Oh, those can be photoshopped. Okay, I won't really pay them too much mind, but I do know that it is possible. If you look at someone's personal profile and they show a picture, you can tell what a transformation photo is. If you see any of these transformations that are drastic in 30 days, just ignore those. 30 days, 90 days, like if it's really extreme, a real transformation is done usually with awkward lighting, and it's a person, you can tell it's from their phone. You can tell that it's a lot of weight, but it's it's realistic. Your eyes know. The human eye can tell. You can tell bullshit. You can tell. You can tell when it's being fucking manipulated. Paul Too Tall is 6'5". Yeah, you're not too tall, Paul. 7'1" for Paul. Ooh, 6'9", 6'4". Paul Too Tall is 6'5". All right. Very good. Let's see. Scrolling. Let's see. I'm a firm believer that we're meant to be omnivores. It would make the most sense. Like in the summer, you're eating fruit and stuff. Citrine42, starting 90-day dash day 1. Good for you. Get on it. Get on it. Bum, 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 bum. Be careful about overtraining abs. One of my friends did that and gave herself vertigo. Now, you're not going to get vertigo by training your abs, but she strained her neck while she wasn't training properly. So it's not the frequency of her training, it's her shitty form. But you definitely don't need as much as people think. People still think you can control and you can spot reduce fat. Like if I crunch, I'm going to get hard and flat here. That's not how it works. You okay? Was that you? What happened? What happened? Was that the door that opened? What'd you do? You just made a noise. Or is that the door? Get those little legs. Yeah. Little butt scratch. All right. She's got this like scared look in her eyes. You got this look in your eyes. Karen, how do you feel about intermittent fasting? Fasting's great. Just eat during the day. Don't be pounding tons of food late at night to keep your circadian rhythm on point. I try not to eat too late, but I tend to sometimes, but you know. What's the point of those spinning contraptions that you lay on upside down? Spinning contraptions? I have no idea what you're talking about. Also, the last Swole Motion vlog was lit, loving all the extra content and uncensored. Thank you, Adam. That just reminds me. She's just not even moving. That reminds me that I'm doing